Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So I so for the people who are already on Instagram already know what happened. People of you watching me on everything else, you need to know that I started the show today without starting the show, without going live. I was like, what's going on with the with the with the teleprompter? It took me a while to figure it out, but we're here. We're here. We're here. All right. So, welcome to the Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101 show. Get Rich 101. I still get excited saying the name. And shout out to New Thought Media Network for allowing me the space to be there, to work with myself and work with myself in a way that's combative for the show, because doing the show is not easy. Let me just say it's not easy, especially after you've had a stroke. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Let me move on. Welcome to Get Rich 101, and let me just say this. Yesterday, for those of you that tuned in, well, for those of you that tuned in since Friday, you know that I did not have the co-host in mind. Well, I had him in mind, but he didn't show up. And so I know I told you I was going to have him on Monday and all of these things, but I did not have him on Monday because he and I, we talked, but he was busy and he decided to reschedule. He hasn't said a reschedule yet. But what's interesting about that is that because I couldn't get in touch with him. Now, check this out. Because I couldn't get in touch with him, I started reaching out to more people. Like, I don't know why, but I started reaching out to bigger name people. Bigger name people. So that was interesting. So I've gotten some feedback from some really big players, some very big players in the Forex space. Once again, in the Forex space, right? So we know that the Forex space is a nice place where you can make lots of money. And now I'm in touch with a lot more people. And so what I'm saying is that by not being quite ready, that my guest allowed me to open myself up to more people. There are more people who are familiar with Sacred Rights and the Get Rich 101 brand, and have been exposed to more people. I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So whether they decide to be on the show or not, they're gonna be talking somewhere and they'll be like, "Hey, you heard of Get Rich 101? Yeah, I heard about him. I heard about this guy had the stroke, right?" And so I'm going to be getting more people in my social circle because of that happening. Now, let's be clear. I'm still reaching out to him, and hopefully we'll get him. But we did get a new guest for this coming Friday. And I got him locked down. I'm sure he's going to be the one. He's going to be the one. He's going to be there. He's going to do it. So yeah. So let's give it up for that. Give it up for that. Give it up for that, because there's a lot of different ways you can react to someone saying yes, they're going to be on your show, or no, they're not going to reach it. There's a lot of different ways you can react. But I think I chose the right reaction. And it's made my show bigger. All right. So, all that said, I wanted to also call your attention to yesterday, because I said that I was going to run the show, the one I was just talking about. So that didn't happen. But somehow no show happened. No show happened, and I was just trying to figure out. Oh, you know what? I've got this video. I've got this video. Let me play this video of my run report yesterday, and this will explain it. And folks on IG, just pay attention. Just listen to what you're about to hear. This is me talking straight to camera, doing my run report. Okay, here we go.
This is a very late drawn entry because it was a very late run. Very late run. I don't know what happened to me today. I mean, I can tell you what happened, but I'm not sure why it happened. I couldn't get up. And for my show, Get Rich 101, on Mondays, I set up a repeat so that I have a day to examine what I've done before. And don't you know, like I didn't do it last night, so I tried to do it this morning, and I was like moving like this, and I set up the show wrong. Like I just set it up wrong. Like so, people were texting me, asking me like, "Yo, what's happened? What happened to the show?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know I didn't put it up right. I did not put it up right." It took me a while to figure that out because I was trying to watch it. So why isn't it playing? Why is it playing? It took me the longest time to figure it out. So there's that, and then after that, I just fell out. So I don't know. I got out. I got out right as it was getting dark. I had to fight. I had to fight. I had to fight. Oh man, I had to fight so hard to get outside. But I did it. Yeah, I did it. So yeah. One more day done. One more day done. And I hope tomorrow's better. I say better.
Ooh,
This is a very late.
yeah. Uh, so you heard me just talking about it, and I gave you the intro, but even giving you the intro, watching it again yesterday, watching today's recap of yesterday, made me feel some kind of way. So let me try to explain what's happening yesterday because it's surely still affecting me today. Because today I was trying to set the show up live and couldn't get it up set up live and had to go back and do something. That's a mistake I haven't made in ages. There's two mistakes I haven't made in ages back to back, and uh, I guess I just mm, I guess I just gotta let it go. You know what I mean? I just have to let it go because if I get too much caught up in what happened, what didn't happen, then I get too stuck, you know? And so yesterday, I admit that I got stuck yesterday. I got stuck in the fact that I wasn't able to run until the last dregs of the day, that I wasn't able to get the show done. I wasn't able to, yeah, get the show done. So I don't know. It just kind of hit me, kind of hit me a little bit. And today I'm feeling better. I still haven't done my run yet, but I am planning on doing it. I'm planning on doing it before the dregs of the day. You know. So I don't know what I really wanted to say about that. I was just hoping the words would just come out and weave their way together, but I don't know that it's coming. So I'm going to move on. I'm gonna move on. All right. All right, let's get to money, folks. Let's get to Get Rich 101. We know that it excites me, so let's get over to Get Rich 101. So let's read our affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. I'm so happy and so grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. I share. I share. That reminds me that I've been working on the deck for my seminar, my very first seminar, my very first seminar. Well, let me put that up. My very first seminar, you'll be able to see it. On Instagram, you can just go back on stories. You go back on stories because I posted it late last night. So just go back on stories. So what I did was, um, what did I do? I just been I've been playing with the deck, right? And the deck has been interesting because it forces me to think about some ways and some ways and some things to do. Um, well, about I don't know. It's like what I've imagined I have to say about getting rich, but distilled down, distilled down. And I haven't done that in a long time. And it was been interesting because P King has been on me. She's been on me. She's been on me about doing an emergency fund. Like an emergency fund? Like what is that got to do with anything? But she's been on me, on me, on me. So anyway, the topic for my first seminar is an emergency fund. And I've got a lot to say apparently about your emergency fund. So I was working last night on the deck, and that was interesting because I found out a lot of things. I googled some things, I looked some things up, I found some things out that I didn't know before. So all that was very interesting. Interesting. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, oh, and I got my first guest. I got my first person to sign up. I was like, I just sent it to him just for clarity. What do you think about this? And he sent me $10 via Cash App. He's like, oh man. I was like, what? Like I did not expect that at all. I did not expect that at all. But anyway, now I guess I'm live. I guess I'm live. I guess I'm live. So Get Rich 101 seminar. Finding your emergency fund. It's January 22nd. January 22nd was the date that was already on the flyer. I still can't get over that. I still cannot get over that. So there must be some master number of strength coming through on the 22nd. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I don't change the date. So January 22nd, 7 p.m. So that's a Monday, 7 p.m. Right? And let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. And those of you that are interested, send $10 to me via Cash App. Now, mind you, this will be the one time that it's going to be $10. This is the one time it's going to be $10 because I know how to price myself. But I wanted it to be $10 because I'm still trying to work things out. I'm still trying to figure things out. But once we do this one, that's it. That's it. It's going to be much more expensive next time. Much more expensive next time. So yeah, I am pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. I've had some fun last night putting together some things. So for those of you on IG, just go back on my stories. It's still up. And for those of you who are watching on StreamYard, there it is. Get Rich 101 seminar right there on the screen. All right. All right. So that was pretty fun. All right. Now, what else did I want to talk about? I've been reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've been reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. Oh, look, there's people giving me hearts. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, look, and there's me up here. That's me. Can you see it? Yeah, that's me. Oh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so what was I saying? I was saying something about Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I've been walking with Rich Dad Poor Dad, and all these people are saying the same thing. And I want to say some semblance of this on the 22nd. But you've got to decide. I hate to keep bringing this up, but you've got to decide that you want to be rich. You have to decide that you want to be rich. See, because people skip this part of the equation. They want to know how do I do to make the money? Yeah, but you've got to decide first that you are deciding to be rich. Like that's important. That is as important thing as it could be. Like you have to decide that you are going to be rich. Like I keep saying it because I'm trying to get it through to you. You have to decide that you want to be rich, right? So you've got to decide. You've got to throw things out of your mind. Like let me give you a good one. I'm never rich. That's one that we've all heard before. You've done it before. You can't just do that. You can't just say I'm never going to be rich. You can't do that. But what's another one? I can't afford it. I can't afford it. Let's talk about that one. Let's talk about that one. You can't afford it? Really? Really? You can't afford it? Who told you you can't? Who told you you can't? See, what you got to do is you've got to stop saying I can't afford it. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. And all the other various things that come out of I can't afford it. You've got to come out of that because you've got to put your thinking cap on. You got to put your thinking cap on and think about how you can afford it. Huh? How you can afford it. I feel like y'all are quiet. Y'all are quiet. You're not feeling me. I'm trying to tell you. This is important because let me see. What's another way I can put it? I don't know. I don't know how else I can put it. I don't know how else I can put it. You know? Oh, wait a minute. Here's a note. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right either way. Yes, that's true. That's true. If you think you can or you think you can't, that's the truth. And yet there's so many different ways of this manifesting. Because you'll think, oh well, I'm thinking it right now that I'm well with intentions and money and all that. But then you turn around, you half turn, and you start doing stuff that a poor person would do. See, in your body, your system ingests it. Your body feels the difference between you saying that you're positive, and then the difference between the way you acting as if there's money lack. There's lack of money. Because see, that's what we do, right? We'll say the right thing when we're affirming it, right? But then we're not doing the right thing. We're not doing the right thing. I hope I hope I'm getting through to someone because I really want to get this through because it's important that you understand the why. The why is really mental. The why is how you do everything else. The why is how you do everything else. You've got to I'm trying to read this comment. The truth that is money is the root of all good. The truth is that money is the root of all good. Okay. Okay, Ronald. Yeah, because that's an inverse flip of the idea of money being the root of all evil, money being the root of all good. Yes, that's a good one you can use. And actually, you can reframe all of your negative thoughts around money daily, daily. But I'm just trying to make the point that you can say the right things at the right times. But then when something happens in your life, when something happens in your life, you start getting scared. Start getting scared, and you can't get scared. You can't get scared. You've got to be calm and easy and breezy. I'm seeing it. Calm, easy, breezy. Calm, easy, breezy. All right. And then P King, my fiance, is saying yes, yes, yes. Money is not the root of evil. We've been brainwashed. Yes, yes, we have. We've been brainwashed in so many ways. Matter of fact, I'm gonna maybe I'll end with this. Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you haven't heard the show, if you haven't heard of the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad was written by this Hawaiian man who asked his father, "How can I be rich?" when he was 9 years old. And his father said, "Well, why don't you ask your best friend's father? Your best friend's father seems to be getting some good stuff, right?" Now this led him to follow his rich dad all the way up, all the way up. And it took his rich dad 39 years. 39 years. And he started as a child. Now, as a child, you're much more open and receptive. It took him 39 years to get it right, to get these six precepts down because because of everything that's around us that's fulfilling us with the wrong thing. Like you've heard me talk about devious minds. You've heard me talk about wait a minute, devious maids. Devious maids? Yes, devious maids. You heard me talk about them because they are showing us how to stay poor. Ooh, ooh, yes, they're showing us how to stay poor. If you just watch the show, it's a fun show. I admit it's a fun show, right? But if you just watch the show, you're drinking in all the subconscious things that they're putting in there about money and money and how the wealthy are a separate entity altogether, different from you. That's not true. That's not true. You can be wealthy. You can be wealthy. You can be wealthy next year. Like you can do it. You've got to change your mindset though. You got to believe in yourself. Say, yeah, I can afford it. That's the one I was dealing with before. I can't afford it. Change that to I can afford it, or how can I afford it? The very next time you hear yourself saying, I can't afford it, I can't afford it, flip it. Flip it and say, how can I afford it? How can I afford it? Just listen to what your mind comes up with. Doesn't matter if it's going to work or not. Just let it work. Let it work. Let it be about the business of trying, of trying. Just try. Don't try to make a way for bad things to happen. Set the stage for bright things to happen. All right. Yes. 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 Yes, Fatima. Fatima, how you can afford it. How much time do I have? Okay, look. You see a car. Let's just say you see a car, and it's a nice car, and you first you start thinking like, man, that'd be nice to have that car, right? That'd be nice. You're separating yourself from the car. You've got to ask yourself, how could I afford that car? How could I afford that car? And really think about it. Really let your mind work because abundance muscles are muscles, like muscles. You got to work. Uh, So the first time you do it, you're gonna be like, oh come on, oh come on. But the 20th time you do it, you ask yourself, how can I afford this car? You're going to come with more ideas, bigger ideas, better ideas, better ideas, better ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it works. You've got to believe in your ability to work out, to work yourself into a frenzy, if you will, of activity. And doesn't matter if you get the car or not. It doesn't matter. But what matters is you've got to ask yourself how you can afford it. How you can afford it. All right? I think I came up with something now. I hope you all got that. All right. All right now. Abundance muscles. You got to build your abundance muscles. You got to build your abundance muscles. You got to work on it every day. Every day. All right. That's it. Or my seminar, once again, is the 22nd. Just zap me $10 on Cash App. Your Sacred Rights on Cash App. And I'll send you the Zoom information. And let's go. Let's go make some money, y'all. Let's go make some money. All right? I'm trying to tell y'all. All right, so I'm out of time. So let me close on out today. See, I got some comments coming in. I will read my comments later and respond to them. And yeah, remember that now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Ashe.